properties in C# provide the ability to protect a field by reading and writing to it through special methods called accessors. They are generally declared as public with the same data type as the field they are going to protect, followed by the name of the property, and a code block that defines the get and set accessors. Properties are implemented as methods, but used as though they are fields. Note that the contextual value keyword corresponds to the value assigned to the property. The kind of property where the get and set accessors directly correspond to a field is very common. Because of this, there is a shorthand way of writing such a property, by leaving out the accessor code blocks in the private field. This syntax was introduced in C# 3.0 and is called an auto-implemented property. Since there is no special logic in this property, it is functionally the same as if it had been a public field. However, as a general rule, public fields should never be used in real-world programming, because of the many advantages that properties bring. First of all, properties allow a programmer to change the internal implementation of the property, without breaking any programs that are using it. This is of particular importance for published classes, which may be in use by other programmers. In the time class, for example, the field's data type could need to be changed from int to byte. With properties, this conversion could be handled in the background. With the public field, however, changing the underlying data type for a published class will likely break any programs that are using the class. A second advantage of properties is that they allow the programmer to validate the data before allowing a change. For example, the seconds field can be prevented from being assigned a negative value. Properties do not have to correspond to an actual field. They can just as well compute their own values. The data could even come from outside the class, for example from a database. There is also nothing that prevents the programmer from doing other things in the accessors, such as keeping an update counter. Either one of the accessors can be left out. Without the set accessor, the property becomes read-only, and by leaving out the get accessor instead, the property is made write-only. The accessor's access levels can be restricted, for instance by making the set property private. The access level of the property itself can also be changed to restrict both accessors. By default, the accessors are public, and the property itself is private.